When you receive a notification on your phone, can you wait to check it or do you instinctively reach for it immediately? Americans' phone addiction is a real thing, and a new study on consumer phone behavior reveals that people are dependent, and we become very dependent on our devices. Our next guest says a week-long phone cleanse could go a long way in helping us break our habit. Welcome, digital productivity coach Deb Lee. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So let's start with this study, and I know it involves Xfinity as well. What are some of the findings as it relates to how dependent we are on our phones?
Well, 3 in 5 Americans admit the need to check their phone within 60 seconds of getting a notification. And half of millennials can't sleep knowing that there's an unread notification on their phone. But it's not just about that age group, because all of us have about 9 apps that we just never open. They're just sitting there cluttering our devices.
So what was the most surprising finding that you found with this?
Well, I was super surprised to learn that the majority of us would give up some basic daily needs like taking a shower, drinking water, sleeping, talking to someone else, driving. We'd give up all of those things for a whole day just to have our phones with us. So pretty interesting stuff.
You know what? That actually doesn't surprise me because I feel like I'm addicted. I feel like that is one of the things that I'd be like, you know what? Skip the shower for the day. Might as well. So there's a 7-day cleanse for a guide, I guess, for people like me to help us detach from our phones. Can you tell us what that's about?
Yes, so as you mentioned, it is 7 days long, so it fits into a nice busy schedule, really easy for you to complete. It gives you some challenges or steps that you can take to unclutter your phone and as well to just rethink how you're interacting with it. So for example, there is the app Purge. You get rid of 10 apps that you no longer use, that you haven't opened in a really long time, kind of like when you are purging your closets and getting rid of clothing that you no longer wear. It's the same process. So get rid of 10, and before you bring a new one in, maybe consider deleting one. So a one in, one out sort of strategy. You can also go gray for a day and embrace grayscale. Get rid of all those bright, vibrant colors that are appealing and stimulating so that we can be more mindful when we pick up our phones. And one of my personal favorites, turning off notifications for 24 hours. So we know that notifications can be very, very distracting and really pull us away from doing the things that we need to be doing. So turn them off and then schedule time to check your phone, check your email, check your Twitter feed, get back to voicemails, that kind of thing. So 3 things that you can start right now.
Deb, this is difficult. You gave me sort of heart palpitations when you said about the notifications, because you see that little red button and you're like, I have to check it, I have to check it. So I'm still struggling. Where can we go for more information on everything you just talked about and get those practical tips?
Well, there are 2 places you can go. You can go to xfinitymobile.com/phone cleanse, and you can also tweet at the Xfinity Mobile team on Twitter and request a hard copy of the phone cleanse.
All right, I will tweet on my desktop. How about that? Thank you so much, Deb. Appreciate you, and we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.